This demonstration will show you how to set up and use your new MTA-156 tooling kit. Your custom-made tooling set, along with the 502 Panavise bench vise and the 506 IDC retrofit kit, will allow you to easily and quickly seat flat ribbon cable into MTA-156 connectors. If you're working with a new bench vise, you will want to firmly secure it to your workbench using the bolt holes in the base of the vise. The retrofit kit is then attached to the base of the bench vise where the screw is provided. The nylon gibs should be installed for optimal ram control, but since they have the potential for being damaged in shipping, they will not be in place on the vise when you receive it. Follow the instructions provided with the bench vise to install them. Let's take a closer look at the MTA tooling set. The spring-loaded tooling set consists of an aluminum base to hold the connector in place, and a steel toolbar with precision teeth to seat the ribbon cable into the connector. Shaft collars hold the tooling together and can be adjusted if necessary with the Allen wrench included in your kit. The tooling set can easily be seated on the press by tilting it into position from the side. There are a few things you can do to make the process smoother if you're seating a large number of connectors along strands of ribbon cable. Included in the retrofit kit is a cable guide which can be set up on the feed side of the process to help keep the cable aligned. Use a piece of cable seated in the MTA tooling guide to align the cable guide on the retrofit kit. Tighten it in place. Instead of marking the ribbon cable in advance, a ruler can be clipped to the far side of the retrofit kit to allow you to feed the cable through to a set distance from the previous connector before making the next connection. Before starting, you will need to adjust the press arm to optimize the stroke. You want to be able to seat a connector with a single throw of the arm. Loosen the knurled knob that holds the arm in place and lower the ram onto the upper tooling bar. Place the arm fully back, then tighten the knob. Make sure that the tooling bar is able to seat flush against the die plate when the stroke is complete. You might notice that the tooling is asymmetrical. If the connector is placed in backwards, the tooling bar will not seat fully against the die plate. There will be a noticeable gap. You will know the orientation is correct when the tooling bar seats completely flush with the connector in place. Figure out which way is correct before starting to seat your ribbon cable. There is also an important asymmetry to the ribbon cable. You will notice that each of the 4 conductive cable strands is encased by a layer of dark gray insulation, then held together by a light gray layer of webbing to create the ribbon. Be sure to load the dark gray strands down when loading the ribbon cable. Even with the quickest type of connection, you will notice the dark gray insulation separates from the light gray webbing and stays around the wires, seating properly down to the bottom of the connector. For some projects, this type of connection is sufficient, so let's look at how we set this up. First, load up a connector in the correct orientation that you determined before. Align the ribbon cable with the guide and center it over the connector. Lower the tooling bar and fully seat it flush to the die plate. The ribbon and connector will generally come up with a toolbar, so gently twist the connector out of the teeth and move on to the next connector. Although this type of connection is electrically sufficient, if you're planning on using strain relief covers, you will need a cleaner connection. This can readily be achieved by separating the individual wires before seating them with the tooling. Marking the center line of the connections will be helpful in finding the pre-sliced sections of the ribbon cable when you load the cable into the tooling. So now we'll take a look at how to set up this type of connection. Again, load up a connector in the correct orientation that you determined before. Align the ribbon cable with the guide and center the marked section directly over the connector. Lower the tooling bar and fully seat it flush to the die plate. Gently twist the connector out of the teeth and move on to the next connector. Although we are demonstrating with a 4-position connector press, tooling can readily be made for connectors with different numbers of positions. Feel free to contact us with the information given at the end of this video if you need custom connector press tooling. After you've finished making your connections, you can easily add the strain relief covers by hand. If you have any questions or would like to contact us about custom tooling, please email us at MTA156 tooling@yahoo.com. Thanks.